Hi guys, welcome and thanks for joining me. It's October and we are focusing on the family this month with our videos. Our topic today is setting up routine schedules and activities in your home. Now, sometimes this can be a daunting task to try to figure out how to keep your child engaged in between school and bedtime and dinner time and all the different therapies that your child may be having to attend, and you have some free time and you have some times maybe that your child is not exhibiting the type of behavior that you would like. Maybe they're having overstimulation, maybe they're having sensory meltdowns, and these are just going to be a few tips that possibly you can use to kind of ease up those transition times in your daily schedule. The first thing is we know that autism equals expectations. Children that are on the spectrum, whether they are severe and profound or they are high functioning, they expect expectations. They want to make sure that they are doing the same type of activity that they enjoy the same time of day. Our kids that are on the spectrum, they have this uncanny ability to know what time it is without even having to look at the clock, and it amazes me. You know, they are just they're so in tune with things that most of us just consider static. But when your child expects something and it doesn't happen, then sometimes a meltdown happens, or other types. It doesn't necessarily have to be a meltdown, I guess. It can just be typical bad behavior, or it can be anxiety. You know, it doesn't have to be a meltdown. Have you ever been driving home with your child in the back seat and you had to take a detour, and suddenly the sweet little angel in the back seat begins kicking and screaming and throwing a fit and faces all flushed, and they are just not happy with the direction that you are going home? Even though you have the ability to know that it's okay that we're taking the detour, we can still get home. That's not what they were expecting. And sometimes that has to do with executive functioning abilities, and we've talked about that in our other videos, but sometimes it's just a matter of that's not what they are expecting. We need to teach our children that are on the spectrum that sometimes we need to expect the unexpected. That's what life is really about. Things change, and sometimes we can't help that. Then hopefully we will be able to teach them those executive functioning skills that they need in order to process that sometimes things change. The second thing is we have to-do lists everywhere. Most of our children with autism has a busier schedule than any typical adult. Scheduling the interventions and the therapies and the social interaction, community involvement activities, it becomes a real matrix of planning. And with our to-do list, it needs to be shown to your child, depending on the age and the level that they are, that yes, we have these things that we need to do. If you are using general visual schedules that you use with board maker pictures or photographs, that you can show this is how we fix our cereal, this is how we put on our shoes, this is how we brush our teeth. With those to-do lists, wherever you are in your routine, it will help your child not be so prompt dependent, and that is the goal that we are moving toward, independent living. And I will talk in more detail in November about prompt dependency. So the third thing is meal prep activities. Everybody understands what meal prep means. We meal prep for our diets, for our food diets, but also you can meal prep, if you will, activities. Plan a day, find some, I personally use those clear shoebox, plastic shoe boxes that have the lids that you can get from Target or Walmart for around $1. You can get those containers to prep activities for your child to be able to access them when it's time for them to engage in that type of activity. If you take a day and you do that and you prepare those ahead of time, just like you would meal prep your lunches for all week, that will definitely ease the transitions when you're trying to literally cook dinner and you need to have that child be engaged and active in an activity. So within my webpage, if you go to www.tvex.net/getting help, there will be links to some free activities and free information that you can follow those links. There will also be links to the members only section of our webpage that will allow you to be able to download activity templates, or you may even have the opportunity to Skype with me and have a live one-on-one conversation about what type of activities would work best in your home. I understand that scheduling and routines and getting things set up for your child is time consuming, but if you take the time, take a day and do it, then it will be well worth the effort. Keep up the good work, and remember, whatever you do, do it on purpose. Thank you for staying tuned into my channel. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed today's topic and share with your friends. If you haven't already, subscribe and set your notifications to see the upcoming weekly Friday at 6 p.m. videos.